Hello students, and welcome to this video for Word Chapter 4 Practice Exercise number 2. It's hard to believe that we're almost coming to the end here of working with Microsoft Word, and so we want to make sure we solidify the things that you have been learning and of course have it carry through when we go on to the next subject. Don't let the things that we're learning just go in one ear, so to speak, and out of the other. You want to hold on to these skills that we're learning for class. So you're turning to page 393 in your textbook, 393. This is practice exercise 2, Dream Act Letter. You are a partner in a law firm that deals with a large number of potential DREAM Act beneficiaries. The DREAM Act, Develop Relief and Education for Alien Minors, provides conditional permanent residency to undocumented residents under certain conditions. So good moral character, completion of high school degree, arrival in the U.S. as minors, etc. Supporters of the Act contend that it provides social and economic benefits, whereas opponents label it as an amnesty program that rewards illegal immigration. Your law firm has partnered with leading law professors across the country to encourage the U.S. Executive Branch Office of the President to explore various options related to wise administration of the DREAM Act. In a letter to the President, you outline your position. Because it is of a legal nature, the letter makes broad use of footnotes and in-text references. Because the letter is to be signed and supported by law professors across the country, you will share the letter online, making it possible for others to edit and approve your wording. Refer to figure 4.43 as you complete the exercise. So right here, this figure is a good way to check when we're done here with your exercise as well. Now, step A says to open up a blank document. We're on page 393. And it says click the File tab and choose Open. So File tab, choose Open, and then I'm going to click on Browse, and it says to navigate to the file we downloaded for this exercise. So I'm going to go to the Downloads folder, and it should be towards the bottom here. Right here, Word, Chapter 4, Practice Exercise 2, Law. Sorry, I didn't think it would have it come up right away. Click OK. It's converting a PDF file, and it's going to open up this one. So Word Chapter 4, Practice Exercise 2, Law. So I'm going to enable editing here. I'm going to click OK again. So each time that box comes up, it's just basically saying, hey, we're going to be converting this file. Is that okay? And of course it is okay. Alright, once we've done the conversion here, and it looks like this, we have to save it with its new name. So I'm going to choose File, Save As, Browse, and first thing I need to do is make sure it's in the right folder. So right now mine's in Downloads, and I need it to be in my demonstration folder. You're going to put it in your flash drive, and then we're going to add our last name and first name. So we're Chapter 4, Practice Exercise 2, Law, and then last and first. Alright, that's step A in our practice exercise. Step B, scroll through the document and change first name, last name in the closing to your first and last names. So scroll through the document and change first and last name. So right here, respectively, yours, first name, last name. So let's get rid of that. So I'm going to select it, but notice I'm only selecting the letters. It wants to select over here. We don't want that. And I just start typing. Put in Mr. Rogers. You're going to put in yours. Okay, then I'm going to push F7. It says to do a spell check. And it says all names are spelled correctly. So any of the names we're going to leave. It says the word peril. It should be parole. So this one right here. And then it says the word non-priority is not misspelled. So you notice mine, it just skipped it. And then it says select the text in the document from as blah blah blah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my navigation tool. So Control F. I'm going to type as law professors. So right here it says I'm doing that through historic. So as law professors through, it says through historically and recently. So let me find those things here. So I'm actually going to exit out that. Historic, undo. Good, click back here in my box. Historically Oh, okay, so we're selecting a lot of text here. So I'm basically starting from the bottom where the text starts, and then I'm going through up to here. So pretty much all your body paragraphs is what you are selecting. So that's an idea there. Okay, I'm going to exit out of my navigation part and then see what this has to say here. It says make sure paragraph spacing after is 0.6. So I'm going to click on my layout tab, choosing after to be 0.6, like that. And then it says deselect the text. So I'm just going to click somewhere to get deselected. Change the margin settings to normal. So I'm going to go to margins. And right now it's on custom, so I'm going to switch it to normal. You can see it changed how it looks there. All right, step C. Scroll down and select text from Theresa Abrams through the end of the document. So Theresa Abrams right here through the end of the document. Okay, so I'm selecting all this text right here. And then it says format the selected text in 2 columns. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm still on Layout tab, click on Columns, and I choose 2 columns. It says to deselect the text, so I click. Ensure that Rachel Cost and her information are in the same column by adding a hard return. So I'm going to click here in front of Rachel Cost, push Enter, and it pushes her information to the next column. Scroll to the last page, it says. So I'm on my last page now, and it says place the insertion point to the left of Sarai Haibao, or however you say that. Click breaks in the page setup group, so breaks. And then it says click column. And now you can see it split it half and half. Okay, now it says place the insertion point after the ending quotation mark that ends the first sentence in the third body paragraph on page 1. So I got to go to page 1, and it says here first sentence in the third body paragraph. So 1, 2, 3. And I'm placing it after the quotation mark. So right here. Okay. Now it says I'm going to click on the References tab, since I've placed my insertion point right there. And it says click Insert Footnote. And I'm going to type C, I'm going to put it italicized here, C, R.S. Bain, Sandra A. Dempsey, Ninoshi, Sato, Mura, and Margaret Falstaff. And then italicized again, process of immigration. If I can type, apparently not today, 785, 7th edition, 2014. Okay, closing parentheses and period. So it should look like that. It says note, C, the word C is italicized in the footnote. Step E, it says scroll to page 2. So we're going to do that. Scroll to page 2 and place the insertion point after the quotation mark that ends the sentence in that ends the second sentence in the paragraph that begins with parole in place. So it's the first paragraph on the page. And it says place the insertion point after the quotation mark that ends the second sentence. So it looks like it's over here. So you can see after United States. You can see it's about 5 rows down on my screen here. And then it says click the Footnotes dialog box launcher. So here's my Footnotes group, Footnotes box dialog, or dialog box launcher. And it says click Insert. And then it goes down to our footnote, and we're going to type in, you notice I italicize it, C. Oh, I put 2 spaces by accident. Lonnie Peroski comment. Congressional policy. '64 U Buffalo L review 7, 8, oh, excuse me, 5, 7, 8, pages 56 through 58. Make sure you check this as you type it through. You notice I'm making some errors, but I fix them as I go. And then I push period. And of course, C is italicized. Congressional policies, italicized as well. All right, we're on step F. It says to save your document. Save the document to a OneDrive account and a new folder called Word Practice Exercises. Now, you're going to skip this OneDrive part. Just have it saved to your flash drive. Now, OneDrive is a helpful tool. If you use Google Drive or Google Docs, anything Google, that idea of sharing with people through the internet, cloud-based collaboration, that's what OneDrive is for. Now, for us to use OneDrive, each one of you would have to have accounts. So that's why we're skipping this part here. If you want to learn more about that, you're just going to have to ask me personally. Okay, so we're going to skip step F because it involves OneDrive. We're going to skip step G here. All right, so let's go down to step H, which is click View. So step H, View, and that says Reading View. So basically read mode. And that shows it there. And let's see here, tools. I'm going to click Show Comments. And it looks like it's actually not going to let us change in read mode. So let's just go back here to our print layout and we'll have to add in the comments this way. So just because it's different from OneDrive. So it says select the date at the top of the letter. And we are still in step H. Select the date at the top of the letter. And it says here to add comments. So we're going to go to Review. I'm going to click on New Comments in the comment group. And then I'm going to type in the comment, please review this document in its entirety and make any edits you feel necessary. Include the period. Now we're not going to click post. We're just going to have it in the document here. And then we're going to go to, it says here in step I, we're kind of skipping a little bit here. We're going to go to the markup or review tab, and of course tracking, and then it needs to be simple markup if you have not already selected simple markup. Then it says J, click the track changes arrow, so J, and click track changes. So we have that. Then it says click reviewing pane. So it says click reviewing pane, not the reviewing pane arrow. So right here, click on that. The pane is going to come up. It says reverse the words to and not in the second body paragraph on page 1. So to and not, it says reverse in the second body paragraph on page 1. So I'm going to look for those. So it looks like when I search it up here, the statute is, sorry, I'm trying to check and make sure I have the right one. It says to switch to and not, and it looks like it's going to be this one right here. So I'm going to click down here, get rid of the Finder pane. It's set. This is actually the third body paragraph, but we're going to switch it here. So I just select not, put it behind 2, and there you go. I just switched it, and you can see here it put my changes in the review pane. And then what we're going to do after that here is, it says note the changes in the review pane, and then it says click the vertical bar to view the changes. So click the vertical bar to view the changes. Let's talk about this right here, is how we can view the changes. You can see it got rid of the one word and then inserted it basically after two. Click it again to return to simple markup, like that, and then close the reviewing pane. So I'm sorry that's a little confusing with the changes there. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to just save it. It talks about downloading a copy. We don't need to do that step, but we are going to skip past here to the part where it says click the File tab and choose Export. So this is step K. We're going to click the File tab and choose Export. Ensure that Create a PDF/XPS document is selected, so it is, and we're going to click Create PDF/XPS. It says leave the file name as Word Chapter 4 Practice Exercise 2 Law, last and first name, ensure the type is PDF. Both those things are correct. So we're going to click Publish to save the document as a PDF file. Notice it's in the right folder. And then once the PDF comes up, which it looks like mine is over here, so I'm going to move it over here, you'll notice it comes up and it has my comments that I put in there. So yours should have the comments, yours should have the markup things as well. And then it says here, close the PDF document. And it says for step L, we're on the second to last step, ensure that Word Chapter 4 Practice Exercise 2 Law, the Word document is displayed. So it is displayed right now. I'm going to click the Review tab. And it says click the Accept arrow. And it says accept all changes and stop tracking. And then I click on Delete arrow, and it says to delete all the comments or all comments in document. And there you go. Save your files. So you're going to be submitting the two files to me. You have both have the same name, but one is the Word document right here, and the other one is the PDF file. So submit those two files, and that is how you complete Word Chapter 4 Practice Exercise 2.